Hi, Candeo kids. My name is Alex.
And I'm Molly.
And we are so excited to be with you this morning in your living rooms learning about God.
Yeah, we miss you guys so much, and we can't wait to be back together with you guys in the building, learning and singing together.
We have a really exciting reminder this morning, too. In just 2 weeks, Candeo Kids Family Week is going to be happening from June 21st through the 24th. If you haven't signed up yet, go bug your parents and make sure that they sign you up at candeochurch.com/events.
Alex, I think it would be a really good idea to get up and moving before we start our really important lesson today.
Yeah, I so agree. Let's stand up. Make sure you spread out, have enough room so you're not going to hit the person next to you.
All right, so we're going to see how good you guys are with your rhythm today. So I'm going to clap, and then you guys are going to do it after me. Okay, let's give it a try, Alex.
Sounds good.
Great job. Alex, you want to do one?
Sounds great.
All right, I got another one. Awesome.
All right, Candeo kids, here's a really hard one. Ready?
That one's really hard. We're going to do another one. Hopefully you guys got that one. Awesome job, guys. If you want to go ahead and grab a seat, and we'll get started with our lesson.
Last week we saw that God protected his people Israel by splitting the Red Sea and leading them through it. Then God provided again when his people got hungry, and he gave them meat and bread.
After the Israelites had been walking through the wilderness, they came to a mountain called Mount Sinai. Can you say Mount Sinai? This is where God would meet with Moses. But what would he say? And how could Moses even meet with God? Watch this video and find out.
3 months after the Israelites left Egypt, they came into the wilderness of Sinai. They camped in front of the mountain. Moses went up the mountain to God. God had a plan to make the Israelites his special people. God made a covenant or a promise with them. If you obey me, God said, you will be my people. All the people said, we will do all that the Lord has spoken. Then Moses went back to talk to God. I want the people to hear me speak to you so that they will believe you, God explained. Moses got the people ready. On the third day, thunder and lightning rumbled. A thick cloud came upon the mountain, and there was the sound of a loud trumpet. God came down the mountain in a fire. The mountain shook, and Moses went to the top of the mountain to talk to God. Then God gave Moses the 10 Commandments. I am the Lord your God who brought you out of the land of Egypt, out of the place of slavery. Do not have other gods besides me. Do not make an idol for yourself. Do not misuse my name. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Honor your father and your mother. Do not murder. Do not commit adultery. Do not steal. Do not give false testimony against your neighbor. Do not covet anything that belongs to your neighbor. The people heard God speaking to Moses, and they were very scared. Moses was on the mountain for 40 days. The Israelites were tired of waiting. We need a God to lead us because we don't know where Moses is, they said. So the people made a golden calf that they could worship. God told Moses what the people had done, and Moses rushed down the mountain. He carried the 2 stone tablets that God had written on with his own finger. When Moses saw the people dancing before the golden calf, he became very angry. He threw down the stone tablets, smashing them at the bottom of the mountain. Then he destroyed the calf. What were you thinking? Moses asked. The people had sinned. Moses went up to talk to God. Please forgive them, Moses said. Moses bowed down and worshiped God. Lord, please go with us, he said. Forgive our sin and accept us as your people. God made a covenant with his people. If you obey me, you will be my people. Exodus 19:5-6. But the people did not obey God. They sinned against God, and Moses asked God to forgive them. Moses acted as their mediator, or advocate before God. When we sin, Jesus is our mediator. Through Jesus, we are forgiven of our sins. God is pleased with us because he looks at Jesus, who never sinned.
Whoa, what an interesting video. I bet when all the Israelites saw all the smoke and fire at the top of the mountain that they were really afraid. But it was just God trying to meet with his people and make a covenant with them.
Yeah, how sad is it that when Moses came down the mountain, his people were worshiping a golden calf?
Let's see how much you guys remember from the video. Here are a few questions to answer with your family.
The first question is this: what was the covenant that God made with Moses? God promised Moses that if the people followed God's commands, he would bless them, multiply them, and be their God forever.
Here's the next question. Can you name one of the 10 commandments that God gave Moses on Mount Sinai?
Here's the last question. When Moses came down the mountain carrying the 10 commandments written by God, what did he see? When Moses came down the mountain, he got really angry because he saw that the Israelites were worshiping a golden calf that they created as their God in place of God. Moses got so angry that he threw down the stone tablets with the 10 commandments and they shattered. Moses had to go back to God on behalf of the people.
Guys, this story isn't even close to being over, so make sure you come back next week to learn about how God treats his people even after they've sinned.
Thanks for letting us join you this Sunday. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you next week.